صوت كويس. اوكي، دلوقتي ممكن نقدر نتكلم، بس unfortunately start screen sharing isn't working, so I don't think I can share the presentation I'm having here. Dr. Sarah, can you tell me if anything can be done? ممكن نستنى شوية الناس تدخل. صوتي واضح تمام؟ اوكي، للأسف ال presentation cannot be shared. That's so bad صراحة. Okay, let's start our talk. Let me introduce myself. أنا اسمي شيماء فكري. I'm a postdoc في زويل سيتي في القاهرة مصر. I got my B.Pharm Bachelor of Pharmacy من اسكندرية، من جامعة اسكندرية. Then I got my master من جامعة اسكندرية, and my PhD was taken from College of Medicine في جامعة الإمارات. I got my scholarship over there. طيب دلوقتي as a brief introduction about the scientific research, طبعا it's the need of the hour due to the global pandemic we're going through, the coronavirus. طبعا كل الناس اتجهت دلوقتي, they are more familiar of the scientific research and where we got in this phase في drug, and everyone is hoping if we can develop a drug against the coronavirus, but it's an easier said than done. لأن طبعا as you know, as an undergrad or any medical student or pharmacy student, they know that there are clinical trials. But we hope that scientific research would be able to get us out of this global pandemic. Okay, دلوقتي I'm going to tell you my journey starting من لما كنت undergrad في كلية صيدلة لحد يومي هذا. أول حاجة وبرضه هقول what's up and down, what I have done wrong, وايه القرارات اللي انا اخدتها, I'm proud that I took those decisions. طيب اول حاجه as an undergrad I was only thinking انه اذاكر. I know you have a lot of practical tests, you have a lot of tests studying, مش بتقدروا ان انتوا to have something in between. However, what I have seen دلوقتي في زويل ان الاندرجراد بيجوا اللاب يعملوا معانا research, a very high caliber research. طيب ايه اللي عملته غلط as an undergrad؟ ان انا ما فكرتش ايه اللي بعد الباتشلر. كنت بس عايزه اذاكر, امتحن, اجيب امتياز, and that's it, which is wrong. If you want to have scientific research professional life, you have to start early. Later on طبعا هنقول how to start, how to become a researcher. طيب بعد ما خلصت bachelor, I had a year that I have tried mostly different things. طبعا medical rep, I didn't find myself in being a medical representative. As a pharmacy owner, برضو I wasn't that patient. I don't want a routine life. درست as طبعا معيد انتداب. يعني أنا جبت امتياز بس ما تعينتش في جامعة صيدلة, فكنت معيد انتداب. لقيت my passion in teaching, So خلاص قررت إن هو خلاص if I want to be in academia I have to get my master's, I have to get my PhD. So it's mostly thinking outside the box. طيب دلوقتي what to choose in research. For me, microbiology was my best. The bacteria can be easily manipulated. I'm so interested in how life goes. Bacteria have a lot of secrets to be revealed, honestly. And I was so interested in antimicrobial resistance. So I took my master's in microbiology. طيب المشكلة إنه I have a very good supervisors, to be honest. I was theoretically very, very, very good. I would say excellent. But resource-wise, this was an obstacle for me to continue doing research هنا في اسكندرية. So what happened إنه I got out of my comfort zone, ودي حاجة I would recommend people to do. You have to take risk in life, and you have to get out of your comfort zone. You don't have to stick to one school to learn. So I got my PhD. I got a scholarship في جامعة الإمارات. سافرت جامعة الإمارات، ومن جامعة الإمارات بقيت as a visiting scientist or collaborating مع نيويورك يونيفرسيتي أبو ظبي. هشرح برضو later on الموضوع ازاي فادني جدا. خلال 5 سنين كنت جامعة الإمارات affiliated لجامعة الإمارات، affiliated لنيويورك يونيفرسيتي أبو ظبي. رحت أخدت كورس في Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory, New York. And I ended up after getting my PhD في Wales City. So what does it take? I have to see the comments. If you're hearing everything is good. I'm talking quickly or it's good? Okay, I'll just continue. دلوقتي the journey of learning is infinite. So what does it take as an undergrad or fresh grad? What does it take to be a scientific researcher? To continue doing the postgraduate studies. First of all, you have to be a knowledge seeker. يعني لازم إنه أنت undergrad you have to read and read a lot. And to find your passion, you have to have an objective. ما ينفعش, it's fine, you have the luxury in أنت to jump from one research area to the another. كويس, حلو, تمام. But at one point, you have to stick to one aspect وتبدأ أن أنت to branch فيه. Okay, so you have to be a knowledge seeker. You have to be so curious and ask why. So that's why you have to have an analytical thinking. You have to always seek what's new. Don't stick to old info or old findings. You have to be to have a criticized mind. You have to be patient, which I think that I'm not patient at all, but the curiosity would keep me going, and persistence. بس كل الحاجات دي still they're not enough. You have to have a good mentor, okay? And networking. Networking is very, very important in my professional life. It's very important. Networking is #1 scientific research, okay? So when you go to events, conferences, workshops, ما تقعدوش جنب صحابكم. You have to go and introduce yourself to other people. This is what I've done during my PhD. كنت بروح conference, كنت بروح أقعد مع ناس I don't know about them, and I hear about their research, and I get to know, وده بيفتح لك أبواب later on إن يقولوا لك والله في workshop, في conference, let's collaborate together. So you have to be an open-minded for networking. Okay, you have to be an extrovert, no introverting here in research. you can know people. Okay, لو حد مثلا قال لا والله انا ما فيش دلوقتي كورونا تايم، ما فيش workshop، ما فيش اي حاجة، and you have all the obstacles in life, still you have Facebook. You can know people, you can know very good researchers through Facebook. Twitter, في job posts كتيرة جدا، postdoc, PhD, master positions على تويتر. LinkedIn, or إن شاء الله لما الدنيا تفتح you can travel, you can have internships, you can have funding for those internships. الحاجة بقى المهمة أنا بالنسبة لي وبشوفها gold rule للي هيكمل post graduate، إن هم to have a mentor, to have a good PI. Okay. ليه أو ممكن نبدأ إزاي to have a good PI? How would I know? How would you know? It's easily done. You can write for their PhD students. You can ask around. You can ask master students. No one would tell you إن هو he's a bad PI ويكتب لك لا والله he's good. This happened to me actually when I was pursuing my postdoc. I got acceptance from a very, very good lab. But the PI or the principal investigator, I can't work with such a person. فدي أنا بالنسبة لي حاجة مهمة جدا. It's very critical. برضه أنا كنت جايبة لكم صور لنوبل laureates. They are saying how much important to have a teacher. في ماي بريت ماستر بتقول I wasn't always the best student with the highest grades, but my teacher saw something in me and tried to encourage me. So this is how it works. حد بيشوف فيك حاجة، بيشوف potential كويس جدا, and this is what's happening with my current PI. This is what's happening with my previous PIs or supervisors. They see something and they get the best out of you. This is how it goes, okay? And there was another picture that I can't actually share with you. Can برضو, this was shared with my current PI, Laura Waller. She was tweeting, anyone in industry want to hire my awesome PhD student who will graduate in December. So she's seeking a position, and احنا اصلا we're struggling after PhD. We're going to talk about this later في challenges. What's next? زي طبعا اول ما تبدا ان انت تخلص undergrad, you say what's next. تبدا تخلص الماستر, then you say what's next. If you have a good mentor, you have a good network, you know your objective, انت عارف انت رايح على فين, it would be much easier. Okay, so طيب اللي انا برضو احب ان انا to highlight what I have done wrong. اول ما زي ما اتكلمت ان undergrad, as an undergrad انا كان كل همي انه اتخرج, اجيب امتياز, and that's it. I don't know what's happening next. ف my advice to you is start early. تاني حاجة ضيعت سنة to see where is my passion, وبعدين قدمت على master. Don't lose time. Time is very, very valuable. Master, I took so much time to finish, 3 years and a half. في طبعا universities تانية you can have the master and the PhD together, combined, and this is what Dr. Ahmed Magzi have done. And this is it's a very good plan, honestly. If you would ask me, this is a very, very good plan. برضو after master, I was lost for a year to see what's next. Then I was admitted to my PhD. So don't lose this time to decide where you want to go. Now, the thing that I have done right, that during the 5 years of my PhD, I have done it in 4 years, I was able to catch up through my career to catch up the networking. My knowledge curve has been so high, وده طبعا اللي انتوا لازم to keep pursuing. برضو كان في سلايد كنت كاتبه ان هو في جامعه الامارات. My current PIs was Dr. Agnes and Dr. Pal, who introduced me to Dr. Yusuf from New York University, Abu Dhabi. He taught me bioinformatics. An older colleague, Dr. Ahmed Magdi, برضو introduced me to Cold Spring Harbor and introduced me to bioinformatics. Through Facebook and through a post shared by Dr. Magdi, I get to know Dr. Rami. Dr. Rami, during my vacation وأنا بعمل الدكتوراه نزلت مصر وكنت بحضر workshops بتاعته. And when I finished, so this is how I'm talking about the networking, how important it is. Dr. Rami introduced me to Dr. Mohammed Al-Hazidi, who's my current PI. So this is where I am now because of networking. Before I was seeking knowledge because I got, you think outside the box. طيب دلوقتي طبعا في challenges بالنسبة للريسيرش. طبعا حدث ولا حرج على developing countries. طبعا ما فيش إمكانيات، ما فيش labs. Although I feel in Zuhail University is a very, very, very good environment for knowledge, for research, for a very high caliber faculty. You can join. طبعا أنا بتكلم في مصر، في الأردن كمان. I met people that they're doing a very good research. دلوقتي you can find ممكن يكون قليل بس you would find someone to share your passion with. You will find a lab who's interested in your knowledge, in your input. عشان كده أنا بقول إن هو as an undergrad لازم تحدد أنت فين. لازم تبقى up to date. دلوقتي هنقول up to date ازاي. دلوقتي bioinformatics. For me, I was a medical pharmacy student. ما اتعلمتش coding، ما اتعلمتش bioinformatics. So I get to introduce myself to bioinformatics with the help of others or workshops or colleagues. But as an undergrad, you have to actually to start coding. This is the advice that Dr. Ahmed Magdi told me to share with you. Start coding very early. So what are the challenges? Other challenges? طبعا publications. We have been told during my postgraduate, if you didn't publish it, you didn't do it. هي دي المشكلة. تقدر تعمل research, very, very good research, بس مش قادر ان انت تعمله publication. كأنك ما بتعملش اي حاجة. كأنك ما عملتوش. كأنك ما تعبتش فيه و we don't have results, no one knows about it. وطبعا publication need funds and the research project need funds. And this is the second challenge. So science is locked behind paywalls. طبعا سمعنا على الستريس بتاع students, PhD students. The money is little. There is a lot of workload. برضو برجع وبقول أهمية ال PI. To have a very supportive PI. To have a good mindset where you are دلوقتي and where you want to go. برضو I was sharing with you the Nobel Prize laureate Charles Rice. هو كمان he was documenting it's more difficult for people, especially young people, to pursue research. هو قال إن هو they took like 6 years to clone a small part of the hepatitis C. هو طبعا اكتشف hepatitis C since the first experiment was done 1978 till this time, but it saved a lot of life around and the treatment option of hepatitis C. هو نفسه بيقول it's very difficult دلوقتي due to funding, due to the stress behind research. طيب دلوقتي ممكن to take home messages or wrapping up. I would tell you to start as soon as possible. طبعا as a fresh graduate برضو still ما تضيعش وقت ان انت you're flipping around. Okay, it's fine ان انتوا تجربوا كذا حاجة to find your passion. You have to have a passion in research عشان تقدر ان انت تكمل وتقدر ان انت تعمل impact. Okay, you have to know your objective. طبعا نصيحة بتاعت دكتور مجدي learn to code early. يعني دي طبعا حاجة خلاص احنا دلوقتي داخلين على الإيرا بتاعت artificial intelligence, bioinformatic analysis taking everything. So coding is very, very important, and have a good mentor. And my motto actually in research that every man I met is my master in some point. So try to learn from people, trying to interact, trying to network, and that's it. I hope it's a very light talk. ان انتوا استفدتوا منها. I'm waiting for any questions, if any. I'm sorry that I didn't share. I can share it on the page. My presentation, I can share it on the page. And Dr. Sara, if there is questions, anyone have? Okay. So my account is here. If any one of the students, fresh graduates, have questions, I will be happy to answer. I'll be happy to share anything they want to guide. بس برضو undergrad please أو fresh grad please خلي عندكم انتوا عارفين انتوا عايزين ايه. يعني انا ما بقدرش ان هو مثلا يجي لي student هو مش عارف هو عاوز ايه و want to join the research. لا هو عارف he's interested, قاري احنا بنعمل ايه, عارف he's gonna be an addition to our research team او اي research team انت رايح له. It will be an addition to the lab, and it's a win-win situation, as my PI always say. It's a win-win situation, and you will find your fit. Okay, thank you. Okay, so there's some questions. What skills researcher needs? As I said, as an undergrad, you have to read. لو تقدر ان انت to have a publication that would be perfect, and you can do it if you find a very good lab, very high caliber PI. تقدر ان انت يكون اسمك على publication. If you have a publication that would be very هيبقى حاجة كويسة جدا جدا بالنسبة لك later on لما تقدم على الماسترز, لما تقدم على scholarships, لما تقدم على grants, لما تسافر بره, فدي هتبقى a very good addition. How to find the right PI? طبعا الموضوع ده محتاج ان انت اولا زي ما قلنا your objectives, هتدخل على البيبرز, الريسيرش بيبرز بتاعته, وتبدا ان انت تقراها. you will understand هو الاوبجكتيف بتاعه فين, his passion فين, شغله فين. اي نعم في PIs ممكن ان هو يكون عنده كذا research scope, still بيبقى عنده scope كده the majority. فانت you will be interested in this majority دي. انا بالنسبه لي when I went to my PhD scholarship كان عندي 2 PIs, they accepted me joining as a PhD student. في doctor the lab microbiology bacteriology lab, I read the research بتاعه, I'm interested in. والدكتور التاني برضو كان I read the research but I wasn't interested in, so I knew where I belong. And this was a clever step to take, and I'm so proud that I joined this lab. طيب ازاي تعرف ان البي اي ده والله he's supportive وهيعلي، يعني انه هيعلي الناس اللي معاه؟ Students. You have to ask the students around the PI. في PIs الستودنتس بتوع بينتحروا. في PI as my current PI, I find him the best supervisor. عايز انه support PhD student، عايز يعلي ال knowledge curve بتاعها، عايز to have a publication. He see the potential and triggering it. طيب a clinical or general better in Egypt. والله دي أنا I'm working in research في مصر. بس for me I would better إن أنا كنت أدخل clinical honestly. بس هي كانت أنا آخر سنة اتخرجت كانوا لسه فتحوا clinical pharmacy because pharmacy mostly is clinical. فهي برضو أنا معاكو إن هي it's very difficult حد لسه متخرج من ثانوية عامة ويقدر إن هو يحدد هو عايز إيه. برضو I would say اقروا، يعني try to read. عادي إنك تدخلي سنة if you didn't find your passion you can change، مش آخر الدنيا. تقدري برضو هي المشكلة برضو إنه أنتي في bachelor الدنيا مختلفة after bachelor، يعني هي الجامعة حاجة والشغل حاجة تانية. عشان كده أنا بقول لكم introduce yourself. يعني أنا عملت غلطة أن أنا I didn't introduce myself للenvironment بتاعت الشغل فضيعت وقت. فأنتي as an undergrad مادام أنتي know who you surround yourself with، هتسمعي من كذا حد. لو تقدري تقفي في صيدلية، تقدري تقفي في مستشفى، تقدري تبدأي research. So you have a lot of option or the luxury دلوقتي as an undergrad you have the luxury of time انك تجربي كذا حاجة before being graduated وتضيعي وقت. Okay. Thank you. في أي أسئلة تانية تحبوا I can ask I can answer it. شوف دكتورة سارة. I hope I have covered some of the scientific research. طبعا scientific research مجال كبير جدا جدا جدا. أنا I would say إن أنا عملت my PhD في أقل من 1% في مجال البكتيريولوجي فقط. الميكروبيولوجي كبير جدا. مجال يعني virology, parasitology, bacteriology. أنا عملت في one family my PhD. So أنا بقول if you have the passion go for it. It's very interesting. It's out of the routine and you're gonna love it. وأنا I would say إن هو everything should have a research scope دلوقتي, every discipline. Thank you. Hope that you enjoyed and see you إن شاء الله في حاجة تانية.